Okay, good day, everyone. Today we will discuss about uh, implicit differentiation. The last time, no, we discussed about implicit differentiation. So for today's discussion, we will discuss higher order derivatives. So let me share my screen. Okay. Advance. Dito lang. Okay. So higher order derivatives. So the objective of this lesson is to be able to find higher order derivatives and use them to find the velocity and acceleration of an object. So, so do you remember your different notations for derivatives? So we have here the f prime. If the given function is f of x equals something x, then if we have y equals something x, so we have y prime, and we can also denote the derivative as dy over dx, which is the Leibniz notation. Okay, so these are the same notations uh, for higher power derivatives. So any guesses on what each means? So we have this. The first we have f. Tapos merong dalawang prime x. So that is f double prime of x. So that is the second derivative of f. And the second one is the third derivative of y. And you can also denote the second derivative as uh, d square y dx square. So that is the second derivative of y with respect to x. So if you want to use Leibniz notation for this example, uh, we can use d cube y over dx cube. So that is also the third derivative of y with respect to x. Okay. So and to find them, no, so how to find these higher order or higher power derivatives. So to find them, you just take the derivative again and again, if necessary. Okay. So for example, to get from f double prime of x to f triple prime of x, you just take the derivative of f double prime of x. And to get from f double prime of x to f fourth prime of x, you would just take the derivative of f prime of x 3 times. Okay. So let's have an example. So find the derivative of f of x equals x to the fourth minus 2x cubed. Okay. So to find the derivative, first is the second derivative, we need to compute the first derivative. So the first derivative is 4x cubed minus 6x squared. Then we will take the derivative of this first derivative to obtain the second derivative. So we have 12x squared minus 12x. So this will be our final answer. Next example is we have this one. Given f triple prime of x, which is equal to 2 times the square root of x minus 1, we need to compute for f fourth prime of x. So take note, the given function is f triple prime. So we need to obtain the derivative of f triple prime to have the f fourth prime, no? So ang gagawin lang natin is kukunin lang natin ang derivative nito. para ma-obtain yung ikaapat na derivative ng function f. Okay, so before natin kunin yung derivative ng function na to, ang gagamitin natin is mag-x, i-convert muna natin to sa exponential function. Okay? So from radical to exponential function. So alam naman natin na yung square root is a power raised to the 1/2. No? So meron tayong 2 times x minus 1 raised to the 1/2. So to obtain the fourth derivative, we need to take the derivative of this third derivative once only. Okay? So we have fourth prime of x is equals to, we need to use chain rule, no? We will use chain rule to obtain the derivative. So meron tayong 2 times 1/2 times something which is yung x minus 1. Tapos, yung exponent nito is magma-minus 1. So, meron tayong 1/2 minus 1, which is, sorry, 1/2 minus 1. So, the answer for this is negative 1/2. Okay? So, negative 1/2. Of course, yung nasa inside ng exponent ng negative 1/2 is x minus 1. Okay, times the derivative of the inside function. So, ano yung derivative ng inside function natin? So, the answer is positive 1, no? Kasi yung derivative ng x is positive 1. So, ganyan. Then, you simplify the computed fourth prime of x. So, we have x minus 1 raised to the negative 1/2. And this is our final answer. No? Or pwede mo rin gawin ito 1 over x minus 1 raised to the positive 1/2. No? So para maging positive yung exponent. But again, it does not, pwede rin, pero hindi siya necessary. No? Kasi hindi naman masisimplify natin yung expression kung gaganituhin natin. Pero pwede mo ganituhin, no? You can do it, or you can also you can also write it as 1 over the square root of x minus 1. So depende na sa taste mo kung paano mo isusulat yung final answer mo. Okay, next. So we have given g of x equals 3x cubed minus 9x plus 1. Solve the following equation. We have g double prime of x equals 0. So take note, ito yung isosolve natin na equation. So kailangan natin ang second derivative ng g. Tapos i-equate natin yung second derivative sa 0. So, para makuha natin ang yung second derivative, kailangan natin i-compute muna yung first derivative. So, we have the first derivative of g is equal to 9x squared minus 9. Kasi yung derivative ng 1, 0 na. Okay? Then, you take again the derivative of g prime. So, we have g double prime, which is equal to 18x. Yung derivative ng negative 9 is 0. So, anyway, 0 na. So, negative, yung 18x na lang yung answer. So, again, yung g of x natin is equal to 0. So, isa-substitute mo lang yan sa equation natin. So, meron tayong 18x equals 0. So, in this case, meron tayong, again, ito ay 0. So, we have 0 equals 18x. So, isi-solve natin yung equation na ito. 0 equals 18x. So, solve for x. We have to divide both sides by 18, and we obtain x equals 0. And this is our final answer. Okay. So, mission, find the instantaneous velocity. Okay, so velocity is the rate of change of the position with respect to time. So that is the definition of velocity. No, so the rate of change, yung gaano kabilis palit yung position ng isang bagay with respect to time, no? So that is the velocity. So usually yung change, itong word na change, usually denoted by delta, no, sa mathematics. So we have the change of the position or the distance with respect to time, and that is the velocity. So acceleration also is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. So acceleration is the change of velocity, no? So minsan uh, mabilis yung takbo mo tapos binilisan mo pa, so that is what you are doing is acceleration, yung pag-shift ng velocity over time. Okay? Pero minsan pag nakita mo merong kung ano, merong sasakyan sa harap mo, so may minor ka, so that means nagdi-decelerate ka, no? So that is nag-change yung velocity, yung speed mo, yung velocity mo from higher velocity to lower velocity over time. So that is acceleration. Where in fact you're doing deceleration. Okay. So warning, professionals driver do not attempt. So when you are driving a car, you move fast, no, and you jam on the brakes, squeak, and you feel the car slowing down. What you are really feeling is actually acceleration. So you feel that acceleration. So let's have an example. So a crab is crawling along the edge of your desk. So its location in feet at time t in seconds is given by this equation. So we have uh, p of t equals t squared plus t. So where is the crab after 2 seconds? Huh? So where is the crab after 2 seconds? So letter B, how fast is it moving at that instant? So at 2 seconds, how fast is it moving? So let's answer first this first question, no? So again, yung given natin dito is ito yung position or location function natin or the distance function natin. So ang first question is where is the crab after 2 seconds? So ang gagawin lang natin is yung time t equals 2, isa-substitute lang natin sa 2 seconds. Okay? So we have p of 2 equals 2 squared plus 2. And the answer is 6. So take note, yung position or location natin is in feet, no? So we have 6 feet. Okay? 6 feet. Yung location ng crab after 2 seconds. Okay. Next is how fast is it moving at that instant? So take note of this, no? Yung velocity natin, yung velocity, uh, actually it's a speed pero meron siyang direction, no? So kaya itong velocity is tinatawag natin na vector. Yung speed is wala man siyang direction, so scalar lang siya na unit. Okay? So itong velocity is actually the speed pero meron siyang direction. Okay, so we are talking about velocity here, no? Because the question is how fast, no, is it moving at that instant? So take note, velocity is equal to the change of the distance here, p yung distance natin with respect to time. Okay, but we're talking about instantaneous velocity, so that means the velocity will be equal to the limit of the change of the distance with respect to time, no? As the time approaches to 2 seconds. Okay, so sorry, so it's in terms of limit. So pag uh, ating i-transpose yun sa derivative na definition, that will be just the derivative of p with respect to time, no? Sorry, the derivative of p with respect to time, where time is equal to 2 seconds, no? 2 seconds. So again, yung velocity mako-compute natin, or yung instantaneous velocity mako-compute natin gamit yung derivative ng uh, f- distance function natin or location function. Tapos yung acceleration is mako-compute natin gamit ang derivative ng ah, velocity. So derivative ng distance is velocity, derivative ng velocity is acceleration. Uh, Ibig sabihin, yung derivative ng distance, yung second derivative ng distance is yung acceleration. Okay? So it's an application of higher order derivative, no? So velocity is the rate of change of position. So if we have this position function or the distance function, we take the derivative of this, which is 2t plus 1. And we substitute t equals 2, no? In the velocity function. So we have p prime of t equals 2. So we have 2 times 2 plus 1. So we have 5. So it means that the velocity of, or the crab is 5 feet per second fast. No, it's fast as it moves at 2 seconds. No, so 5 feet per second. So next is we have another example. So a disgruntled calculus student hurls his calculus book in the air. So tinapon niya, no, yung book niya. So the position of the calculus book is negative 16t squared plus 96t, where t is in seconds and p of t is in feet. So letter A, what is the maximum height attained by the book? Letter B, at what time does the book hit the ground? And letter C, how fast is the book moving when it hits the ground? So for letter A, what is the maximum height attained by the book? No? So actually, kung titingnan muna natin yung problem, ito yung student, maybe back tayo. So ito yung student, tinapon niya yung book upward. So kung pagtapon niya ng book, yung ano, yung somehow yung motion, no, sa pagtapon ng book niya is pag ganito, no? So papuntang pataas, tapos due to gravity papunta siyang pababa, no, at some point, and it hits the ground, no, at some point. So it hits the ground. So ito yung time t dito. So at t equals 0, so nandyan pa siya sa height ng kamay ng student. T equals 0. After 1 second, no? So ito na yung height ng ating book. So at t equals something, so ito yung maximum height ng book, no? So kung makikita nyo yung motion ng book, para siyang parabola, di ba? And we know yung mga graphs na parabola can be described by quadratic equation. So kaya ito ay quadratic yung given natin kasi parabolic yung motion ng book, no? So parabolic equation dapat opens downward, so yung leading term natin is negative kasi it opens downward. Okay, so let's proceed. So what is the maximum height attained by the book? So that means we are talking about the vertex here, no? The vertex. Para makita natin yung maximum height ng book. Okay. So paano natin mako-compute yung vertex? So the book attains its maximum height when its velocity is 0. So tama rin 'yan, no? Kasi yung motion ng book is pag ganun, tapos umihina siya habang tumataas yung height niya due to gravity. Tapos pag hindi na siya hindi na niya kaya pumunta sa taas. So yung velocity niya mag-stop na siya yung speed niya pataas. So pupunta na siya sa baba, no? So pupunta na siya sa baba. Okay, so that means yung velocity niya dito is zero. Okay? So okay, so ito na. Okay, so ito 'yun. Ah So that means i-compute muna natin yung velocity ng location function natin or distance function natin. So para ma-compute natin yung velocity, kukunin lang natin yung derivative, no? So ito yun. So we have t prime of t which is 32t. So derivative ng negative 16 is negative 32 and derivative ng 9060 is 96. Okay? So take note, no, yung velocity is ganito. Kasi yung velocity is actually pag doon sa graph, that is the tangent line, no? So yung velocity function is described by by the tangent line. And the slope of the the slope of the tangent line, sorry. Okay? So ito, ang slope ng tangent line natin, yung slope niya m, actually is 0, which is ito yung velocity. Kasi horizontal yung line natin eh. So, dapat yung slope is 0. So, pag 0 yung slope, it means yung velocity is 0. Okay? So, we have 0 equals negative 32t plus 96. Then you solve for t, no? So, you transpose 32 on the other side. Then you divide 32 both sides. So that is 96 divide 32. We have t equals 3. So at t equals 3 here, maatin mo yung maximum height mo. Okay? So itong t equals 3, isa-substitute mo yan pabalik doon sa sa location function natin. No, para makita natin kung ano talaga yung height niya at t equals 3 seconds. Okay, so pag substitute natin sa position function, so meron tayong negative 16, 3 square plus 96 times 3. So we have, all in all, we have 144. So yung height, no, yung height ng book natin is 144, ano yung unit? 144, walang unit, feet. Feet yung unit natin. So 144 feet. Okay. And next is at what time does the book hit the ground? So that means yung height ng book natin is nandito na siya sa baba. So take note, ito yung height natin, no? Yung height. So at time t equals 3, makikita natin natin yan yung maximum height. Okay? So that mean next is anong time, no? Makakapunta sa ground yung book natin. Okay? So that means yung location, yung height natin or yung location function natin is magiging 0 kasi nandito na siya sa ground eh. Okay? So the book hits the ground when its position is 0. So magiging 0 yung position function natin. So magiging negative 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 96. Then we will compute for t, no? So i-factor ko yung negative 16t, which is the common factor. Then each factor will be equated to 0. So negative 16t equals 0 and we have t minus 6 equals 0. So solve for t. So we have t equals 0 and t equals 6. So take note, yung t equals 0, dito yon, no? At t equals 0, nandito yung function natin. Okay? So, uh, nasa initial position. But again, it hits the ground naman. So, that means, dapat yung after t equals 0 yung kukunin natin na answer. So the reasonable answer is t equals 6 seconds. Okay? So ito yung reasonable answer. Hindi ito pwede maging answer natin. Okay, next is how fast is the book moving when it hits the ground? So for if you guess it's 0 feet per second, so that's incorrect. So let's obtain the velocity, and after 6 seconds pupunta yung book sa ground natin, so t equals 6. So we have negative 32 times 6 plus 96, and the answer is negative 96. So that means nagde-decelerate yung book natin, no, patungo sa ground, no? So we have negative 96 feet. So actually yung velocity or speed niya is 96 feet per second, but it's decelerating, okay? Or downward direction, no? So acceleration, the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. So pag meron kang velocity function, kunin mo lang yung derivative ng acceleration. So how is the acceleration function related to the position function? So acceleration is just the second derivative of the position function. So let's have this one. So a red sports car is traveling and its position t in miles at time t in hours is given by this. T square equals 17. So when is the car 30 miles from where it started? And what is the velocity at the very moment the car is 30 miles away? And what is the acceleration at the very moment the car is 30 miles away? And when does the car stop? Okay, so first question, when is the car? So anong oras, no, yung car makakarating ng 30 miles from where it started? Okay, so that means yung position function natin is 30 miles. So we have to solve for time. So we have 30 equals, so magiging 30 ito, equals t square minus 70. Then you solve for t na din, no? So we have t square minus 70 equals minus 30 equals 0. Then you factor it out. So we have t minus 10 times t plus 3. Then you solve for t. You equate each factor to 0. So we have t equals 10 and t equals negative 3. Okay. So take note, wala tayong negative na time, no? So that is time is 0 to infinity. So that means yung reasonable answer natin is ito. So hindi pwedeng maging negative 3. So makakapunta yung car natin 30 miles from where it started at 10 hours, no? After 10 hours. So next is what is the velocity at that very moment the car is 30 miles away. So take note, makakapunta sa 30 miles yung car natin at 10 hours. So we take note, and also we need to find the velocity. So we take the derivative of the position function, then substitute, no, t equals 10 to the velocity. So we have the velocity equals 2t minus 7. Then substitute t equals 10, no? So t equals 10. So we have 2 times 10 minus 7, and that is 13. No? So yung velocity ng car natin is 13 miles per hour para marating niya uh, yung 30 miles, no? 30 miles na distance at 10 hours. So dapat ganito siya kabilis, no? Next is what is the acceleration at the very moment the car is 30 miles away? So take note of this velocity function. So we take the derivative of this to get the acceleration. So we have t equal a of t equals 2, no? Um, okay, so we have a of t equals 2. So that means yung acceleration niya is 2 miles per hour square, no? Take note yung ano, yung acceleration niya is dapat uh, the distance over the time square, no? So that is the acceleration. So 2 miles per hour square. When does the car stop, no? So that means yung velocity niya is magiging zero. Wala na siyang speed, di ba? So yung velocity function natin is 2t minus 7. So pag stop niya, so dapat zero yung velocity. So isosolve mo lang yung t. So 2t, 0 equals 2t minus 7. So we have 7 equals 2t. Then you divide to both sides. So we have t equals 7 over 2, which is equal to 3.5. 3.5 miles per hour. Ano? Tama. 3.5 miles, kwan pala, hours. No? Kasi time to eh. So, 3.5 hours mag-stop yung car natin. 3.5 hours. So conclusion, the height or the distance of an object can be given by a position function. The velocity measures the rate of change of position with respect to time. And the velocity function is found by taking the derivative of the position function. And in order for an object traveling upward to obtain the maximum position, its instantaneous velocity must be equal to zero. So, kagaya nung book na itinapon ng student, no? And as an object hits the ground, its velocity is actually not zero. Yung height lang niya yung zero. Acceleration measures the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. And the acceleration function is found by taking the derivative of the velocity function. Okay. So that's all for the higher order derivatives. So next meeting, next video I will discuss the rates of change, which is also an application of derivative. And that's all. And thank you.